Yeah.
Good morning and welcome. Well, the month is gradually coming to an end. And hey, come on, what? Taking that countdown.
Yeah.
It's going tick-tock, tick-tock. Well, for some of you it's fast, for some of you it's not. We're here to ensure that you start your week the right way.
Yeah, some people it's not fast enough, but the entire week we're going to be, candid. We're going to be right there with you through it all. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
Mike Mesikeno, that's mine. And of course, the month is, what's the date?
What? It's 29th?
20.
29th already?
Oh, it's just one more day and we are already May. I mean, 2024 just started yesterday. And it's already May.
It started last week. Not yesterday, but
yeah, just something I just want to give you to start your week.
Halfway through the month, we were already feeling the tension, really, getting towards the end of the month. And then tomorrow, not tomorrow, it's day after tomorrow, we'll be shouting Mayday.
Yeah, Mayday. Yeah? Mayday, of course. It's Workers' Day here. It's not a sign of alarm here. But then just something to just get you started this Monday morning. If you want to feed a problem, keep thinking about it. If you want to starve a problem, take action now. And that's how I kickstart the Monday.
And if you want to forget your problems, all you have to do is look at Winfrey's smile and she'll just, make your mind feel at ease.
Yeah.
How's it going, Winnie?
It's going great. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing? It's a brand new week and I'm excited to be here. And of course, this week we're celebrating workers. So yeah, I mean, if you're a worker, you should definitely be celebrating yourselves, right?
Indeed.
And I think you guys look nice in black.
Oh yeah, everyone is doing this, dark theme.
I'm not part of it. At least there's some blue on me.
Yeah.
And then there's white.
Oh, there's red on me too.
Okay. We definitely have that touch of color across different places. Now, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria to interact with us for engagement.
Yeah.
The handles are TVC Entertainment _ across social media.
We also have a mobile app that's available for you to download for Google Play or for iOS.
Definitely. If you're hitting us up on TV, that will be GOTV 16.
Yeah.
The terrestrial band is 49, that's ultra high frequency. Yeah. And then, of course, YouTube, that's where you can also catch us live. TVC Entertainment, that's the handle. And, of course, on X.
We have quite an interesting lineup today.
Ace Bonds will be here this Monday morning. He recently dropped a full-length album, Reign the Master's Tomb. He'll be here to perform for us.
And of course, on Mondays, we must have some motivation. Fola Daniels Adelesi, CEO, Edible Pen Training and Development, will be here. He's an international keynote speaker, training facilitator, and communication professional. And today, it's all about consistency as it beats size and fanfare.
On SME this morning, Abiola Jerry Shola of Biotrix Visuals, a photography expert, will be here to talk about his business, what he has learned, and also his challenges.
Action.
Good morning.
Yep.
How was the weekend for everyone?
Great.
It was? What did you do over the weekend?
I watched a movie with Mike.
Wow, really?
That was your weekend. Yeah, that was in the middle of work, but still me. You finished that movie, right?
Yeah, I did. I actually totally stayed. I went actually see Annabelle on Friday.
Okay.
Friday night.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Abigail.
What did I say?
Annabelle.
Annabelle. Oh, Abigail.
It's family of Ogbanje. Annabelle, Abigail. All of them are wings.
Yeah,
Ogbanje.
Abigail. It was cool. Not bad.
You were. I think it's the best time to see a. It's not horror for me. I don't know. I think these days now, for a movie to be horror, as it were, I think they don't really do horror.
I honestly enjoyed the thriller more than the movie.
Okay.
Just saying.
Oh, the trailer.
Yeah,
really?
the trailer. I enjoyed the trailer more than the movie.
What about the movie?
Just saying.
Yeah. You have this Wednesday
totally
look.
That was making you look very like Adam's Family-ish today.
Yeah,
but it's working. It's working. But
Yeah.
I wanted to say, like, you guys have Liver going to a cinema, which is a dark room, to watch a horror movie or a thriller. I can't even in my parlor with the lights on, it's still. And I think the first movie that ever made me feel that way was called The Ring.
Yeah, that one.
And
I think that movie scarred me.
yeah, so the fact that someone could crawl out of a TV just scarred me. So even with the lights on, nah.
You see, that's why you are never alone. You are not alone. You have to, if you ever feel alone at any time, it's very simple to be on alone.
Wow.
All you just need to do, put horror movie and sit down. That time we know you are not alone. Nobody's ever alone. So that's the idea. What they call horror, but it's always a cool feel, especially when you're with people or with the crowd. You know, there's someone to hold, even though she ran away.
Yeah, of course. Like so it was meant to be a group thing. Lamide was there, Zainab was there.
Yeah.
Titi was meant to be there.
I was meant to be there.
I don't know what happened, but it was cool. But at the end, I mean, I was there by myself. They all left me.
They had to work.
Okay, no,
we had to work.
For Olamide and Zainab, I could understand.
Wow.
For Mike, I just couldn't get it.
Look, you know, Winfrey was the reason why I made it there.
Aww.
You know why?
What?
Because the last 2 times we were supposed to go see a movie together, I didn't make it.
Okay.
So Winfrey goes like, oh, so you make a plan and then you miss it. Then I also when I was talking to Olamide, I said, Winfrey's coming. I said, if I don't come, they'll finish me on Monday. So I just had to show myself there. But it was a good experience. I would say that take out time. If you are scared of a horror movie, you can shout blood of Jesus as it were. As one of the guys in the cinema who did.
But thank you, Mike. I mean, it was a nice outing for me. Thank you.
All right, then. Hello and good morning. My name is Titilayo Onyison. It's time for a news update, and this is Wake Up Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has continued to push forth his administration's drive to get in more investments for the growth of Nigeria's economy. In his ongoing trip to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the president secured an investment of $600 million from Danish shipping and logistics company A.P. Moller-Maersk to expand existing port infrastructure to accommodate more container shipping services in Nigerian ports. Chairman of A.P. Moller-Maersk, Robert Ogla, met with President Tinubu on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum special meeting. President Tinubu says this investment will complement the administration's ongoing $1 billion investment in seaport reconstruction across the eastern and western seaports of Nigeria. 2 notorious drug kingpins have been sentenced to life imprisonment for cocaine trafficking following prosecution by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. In a statement by the spokesperson of NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, one of the convicted criminals was first arrested in 2022 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Then was arraigned at the Federal High Court, Abuja, and granted bail after he pleaded not guilty. He thereafter absconded, leaving the court to issue a warrant of arrest against him before he was later rearrested. The other convict was also arrested at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja in 2023 for ingesting 49 wraps of cocaine. In Bayelsa, NDLEA operatives arrested a 28-year-old lady for producing and distributing cakes laced with illicit drugs, especially cannabis sativa. Outside Nigeria, hundreds more have been arrested at college campuses across the United States as students protest the war in Gaza. Protesters are demanding institutions boycott companies and individuals with ties to Israel, but some Jewish students have complained about alleged anti-Semitism from some demonstrators. California State Polytechnic became the latest to announce it would move to remote teaching as protests have seen in-person teaching cancelled and graduation ceremonies postponed. Similarly, at Northeastern University in Boston, over 100 protesters were arrested for trespassing on Saturday by the Massachusetts State Police after refusing to clear their tents from college grounds. Northeastern University wrote on X that demonstrations had been infiltrated by professional organizations with no connection to the university. That's all we can take on the news for this hour, but we have quite a bit more coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Yeah, it's a Monday, yeah?
Yeah, it's a beautiful Monday, and it's time for us to have that conversation we usually have at this part of the table, right?
What's up and about?
What's up and about. And, okay, so I saw something online, and also this actually stems, from the fact that yesterday was also church and all of that. And this is actually a topic that I've had a number of conversations about it sometimes, right? So a lot of people, there's this debate in church, right? What should we wear to church? Some people are of the opinion that, if you cannot wear an outfit to church, you shouldn't wear it at all. Some people have the opinion that, okay, you know what, church now, there's grace, so I mean, come as you are, and all of that, don't be judgmental, right? And also, it's also a struggle for me personally, considering the fact that I grew up as a deeper lifer. Right? So growing up, there were certain things you could not wear to church or wear in my mother's house. Do you understand? It was like a thing of bro. Do you understand? But now, there was actually a lady on social media literally talking about the fact that, oh, okay, she was literally calling people out and saying that, ladies, what are you doing? Why can you come to church wearing shorts and all of that? Talking about, she was like, that these days people come to church wearing shorts. So she's called she said shorts, leggings, jeggings, transparent see-through blouses, crop tops, and all those kind of things.
So there are actually a lot of
churches
now. So the congregation is getting younger and younger. You want to know? The congregation is getting younger and younger.
Wow.
True.
Yeah. I just need to know.
So the lady, I don't know, Mike. I don't know. Anyone you see, enter all of them. So she was actually complaining and saying, see, that there's no way anybody is going to win this argument, talking about how, oh, if you're a working class lady, when you get a job at a bank, can you wear anything there? Do you understand? You shop for work, you shop for wedding, you buy a shwebi, you sew it in a particular style, you shop even when you want to go to club, there's a way you look. So you should also have the idea that, okay, when you're going to church, you should look a certain way. And then people are dragging her and saying, okay, see you that you're talking, you have tattoo, you've got your wearing this deep cut. What? So do you understand?
Okay,
what
so
are you
she was
saying? She was wearing a
V-neck.
deep V-neck while making the video. Do you get? So people are like, which way are you? Are you trying to say we should be decent, or are we trying to be decent only to church, or should we be decent general? So it's just. So I just wanted to know, what do you guys think?
I'm just thinking congregations are getting younger and younger, and then the whole idea of evangelism is to reach people who need to be reached. It's never been about pulling only the righteous people into church, for instance. It's about reaching those people, and if they come as they are, Christ accepts them as they are, whether they are half naked or not. They are accepted in church. But the thing is, I feel it's the church's obligation to give that dress code. At the door, when we were growing up, the deaconesses and the deacon, they will be they are assessing you.
They used to measure height of heel.
Yes, now.
Height of heel.
They will even have shawls and scarves standing by.
If your shoe is too high, my sister, you're not entering church that day.
The scarf and shawl, you will borrow it and sign for it.
The usher. The
ushers.
So why don't we just take out stilettos entirely?
Well,
because at least I know this one. It was Assemblies of God then. They'll stop you at the gate. You don't even pass the gate.
That's what I'm saying.
You never get past.
Growing up as well.
So then, from the gate, it depends on how you dress and then it wouldn't matter if you were first timer or not. Which, if you look at what it is, it does have its own issues. Because I mean, you're thinking about someone said something, or some leaders have said something about the church being like a hospital. A lot of sick people come in there to get well, as it were. And if that is the case, then you wouldn't expect everybody there to be perfect. But if you even look at it in the real sense of the word, you basically know that nobody is even perfect, not even the one who stands in front of you to do the sermon as it were. So, but you see, if you have a code, I mean, there are churches who strictly decide to be on white. You understand? And that is for their own reasons why, Some of them decide not to wear anything on their foot. They bring up parts of the scripture that say that whenever you went to holy ground, you took off your feet.
Take off your shoes.
Your shoes, pardon me, take off your shoes and let your feet make contact with the ground, as it were, and which does have its own merits, its own arguments and all of that. So this is what I would say. It's a religious organization. Religion is based on morals, religion is based on ethics, religion is based on those kind of things. And so, depends on whatever you believe in, you understand? If the church says it's like this, and you want to go to the church, then you're going to have to keep to it.
Keep to the rules.
As it were. You understand? If they have those, if the rules are not, go and start your own church. And then you have your own.
So if you're okay, so maybe you can make that first step to also be an example. And that's why she was being called out.
Well, you see something I just want to mention.
Yeah.
You've seen a church, for instance, say Redeemed. In Nigeria, they have a particular dress code.
Yeah.
And then
in other places,
in Canada or the US, that dress code does not apply. So you find out that
even in some parts of Nigeria.
Places,
Some parts of Nigeria.
So So you see now that
Spiritual
some ladies are
climate.
told not to wear ornaments, earrings,
yes.
accessories,
Yes.
and which we see most churches here, most, and then you go outside the country, you understand, and they are allowed to wear some kind of things, and they come into the places, and so you start thinking about it. Shouldn't the church, or as it were, the rules be universal?
Universal, of course.
Shouldn't there be a universal standard? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to criticize them for that. I'm just saying that a lot of things are quite subjective, as it were, based on where you're coming from, the cultures, the traditions that are there. I mean, if you went to some of those communities in some hinterlands in Africa where they still don't wear clothes. If you went to their church, they'll all be naked. And they will still be praising God. Don't you? I mean, or if the world leaves, they'll still be praising God. Would God not accept their offerings of praise as it were?
Which is a point. So I think one of the reasons why some churches developed stricter rules was because of this issue of temptation.
Okay,
now,
that one did.
Yes, but it goes both ways, not just on the women's side. The men's side as well. You have some men come with button-down shirts. Yes, you have them with all the chest hair and all the everything showing.
Like this?
And then, yes, indeed. And then there was a time being fully bearded was an issue. Now it's no longer an issue, even in banking. Now they're allowing people have beards in banking. Even in broadcasting, there was a time the average newsreader, the average newsreader couldn't do that. So now, what exactly are we?
You see, times change. If you go and look into the scriptures in some part, it was a sin to shave.
Wow.
Yeah, of course.
In the Old Testament, yes. It was, in fact,
it's not saying it wasn't
as a man, you were not
yeah, but I mean, so you think of
you were not meant to shave.
Think of Samson, right?
Yes.
That was his sign of being dedicated to God. The day he shaved his hair, all his power left him. No, seriously, but then seriously,
so things change.
Yeah.
Even like our Hollywood actor turned pastor. I remember watching one of his messages recently, and him talking about how Jimmy. I believe him talking about how.
Okay, I thought you were talking about you.
Pastor Jimmy
No, Pastor Jimmy.
Is you not a pastor?
I said Hollywood. I didn't say Nollywood.
Wow.
You is a pastor.
He's a pastor.
Wow. Okay.
Please, let's leave that conversation.
There are different kinds of pastors.
Let's leave that conversation.
There's Jimmy, there's you, there's Indaboski. All are pastors.
So if you it's about...
By the way, Papa came back yesterday.
He came. He's not Papa. He's your Papa. He said Papa.
His powers. Dollar went down. Dollar went up when he left the country. Now he's back. Dollar is going to come now. Papa is back.
So,
I'm tired.
I actually think it's a personal choice. It's a personal choice. And for the churches that open their doors and say, come as you are, if you choose to find your salvation in that space, then all well and good. If you choose, somewhere else more conservative, it's all well and good. It's all about the road to Christ.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
All right. We would love to hear your, thoughts and comments on this. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on as you post. We'll be back in a bit.
The liquid metal is back.
Welcome back. It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. We have Mike Mesikeno here with us as well.
Yeah, okay. So
let's start with The Guardian. Good to go. It says here, FX rates harmonization. CBN abandons unification policy, reintroduces discriminatory rates. Page 6 has more on that. And it does have a little infographic there talking about the customs rate for duty clearance being 1,164 naira per dollar, and Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, that's NAFEM, having 1,339.23 per dollar, and then the Bureau de Change having 1,021. I don't know, it's still a little bit confusing, and there's still a lot of questions to be answered about that particular policy and how it's going to be implemented because of the differences. It's such a wide gap, actually, in differences in rates. Now, we also have this story. It says here, investors of 15 listed firms to forfeit 2023 dividends. Those are on the business pages. A presidential fleet gulps $8 million in 2 years amid safety concerns. Page 3 has more on that. Mixed reactions trail UK-Rwanda asylum operation. Now, we heard last week that Prime Minister Rishi Sunak you know, said essentially he was going to start shipping out asylum seekers from the UK to Rwanda.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit alarming because a lot of people opposing this particular policy was saying it's the same money you could have just invested in making them comfortable in the country, and the comfortable in quotes, that you're going to use to fly them out. It's still millions of pounds being spent. So what's the use?
It's about their comfort. I mean, the UK has cut back on a lot of things that have to do with immigration. I mean, you saw that at the beginning of this year, they stopped students coming in with dependents.
Yeah.
So they're trying to cut back on people moving into the UK, trying to reduce the number. So it's not about making them comfortable. It's about trying to make sure that they don't come more and reduce the ones that are there. So they are looking out for themselves.
Yeah, so there's also there's a photo story here, and I'm going to touch on the photo story and you'll understand why in a second. Now, the Pan Atlantic University had an event over the weekend, a graduation ceremony at Lagos Business School, which was on Saturday, and the president of the Pan Atlantic Alumni Association, Mr. Agbemileke Oscar Onyison, is in that picture. I just wanted to throw that in there. All right, then. Now we have also this story: 2 notorious drug kingpins bag life jail sentence for cocaine trafficking. We mentioned that earlier in the news bulletin. And it also says here, APC kicks as PDP wins all seats in Oyo local government poll. All right, then. What do we have on the other paper?
All right, the nation here, the major thing is petrol scarcity spreads to Lagos, Oyo, Ondo, Osun, Edo, and others. That is not good news. I mean, considering the issues we're having now with power generation, the fuel is what we're hoping on next. So marketers resume product lifting from the depots. And then PCL, there is sufficient stock. So there's been talk about the price and some things why the marketers don't want to lift fuel. I don't know the exact reason why, but you would have to read here to understand it. So, yeah, so that's it. Petrol scarcity, everyone's complaining. How Port's single window policy will boost economy. PDP wins all 33 council seats in Oyo. Shareholders, okay, Zenith Bank hold co-structure transition. We see here electricity crisis. Lagos, Edo, Oyo await NERC's nod. Bandits and terrorists killed 90 policemen in 1 year. How banks plan to meet recapitalization conditions. CBN deadline ends tomorrow. All of this on the front page of the nation. Yeah, so
all right.
Fuel scarcity, that's just the major thing. And man, this is not the time for that.
Definitely not.
I mean, it's people were talking about how even last night, because of the electricity issues, with the discos trying to set themselves up, so fuel is basically the fallback option. I mean, on a normal day, we should be using solar, as it were. We have enough of sun. Someone even said, I was talking to someone, the person was talk about the drawbacks of solar, like when rain falls. I was like, even in the rainiest of days, we still have sun shining through.
Yeah.
You know, it might not be as much as it is on the other place, but now we should have learned how to harness the power of the sun even much more than we are doing, and reduce the dependence on fuel, as it were.
Now, a lot of countries also use wind energy. You know, they have wind turbines.
All of that.
There's definitely a lot of other options.
So you look at what works for you. If you're in an area where the monsoon and all the winds are very strong, let's make it work for us. We have the sun. We have to make it. In fact, I think which country in Europe? I think it was Scandinavia, where they are now using solar panels as fences. Why?
Wow.
Because there is the the solar panels are now so much, especially the ones that go from China. They're now so much in the country that even after putting on their roofs and all of that, they just use them
as fences. Wow, amazing.
And I'm like, whoa, and
amazing.
you know,
so
you know.
All right, let's move on to, we have the Daily Trust, similar headline here, petrol scarcity worsens nationwide. Depots have run out of stock, say marketers. We are not in short supply, say NNPCL. So two different opposing views there.
But different people, you know, NNPCL is saying that the marketers decided not to come and restock. And
Okay.
then marketers are saying that, okay, they don't have stock in the depots. So you'd want to read this to see if you can have a greater understanding of what is happening here.
There's an infographic, as is the norm on the cover of the Daily Trust. They often have breakdowns, visualized breakdowns there. And it shows Abuja, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Plateau, Cross River, Ekiti, Kwara, and Kano. And the prices of fuel, or rather, the prices in liters of PMS in some states. And yeah, also NBS, that's the Bureau of Statistics, talks about how prices of rice, meat, and gari rose in March. We're hoping it comes down. We've been hearing about the price of rice, in the very least, coming down in some areas, and hopefully it'll be a downward decline from here on out. Can only be hopeful. At this point, we have to wrap it up on the covers of the dailies. Thanks, Mike. We are heading over to the kitchen. We have Winfrey and our chef.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. I have with me a brand new chef, and our chef today is none other than Chef Honeymouth. Hi, Chef. How you doing? Okay, so he used to be at the fish farm, which is literally really close by. I mean, they're family, right? Our people. So, Chef, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
How does it feel being here on Wake Up Nigeria?
This is a great one. I'm really okay.
Amazing. Okay, tell me now, what are we making today? As in, he hasn't started cooking, but the kitchen already smells really good. So tell me, what are we making today?
Yeah, what we are making today, we are making la bella pasta.
La bella pasta. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that means it's signature pasta.
Yeah, signature pasta.
Okay, because you happen to be executive chef at La Bella,
La bella lunch.
which opened on Saturday.
Yeah, last week.
Oh,
last Saturday.
amazing, amazing. So tell me, what are the ingredients we need for this recipe today?
Yeah, for the la bella pasta, we have chicken breast. We start with the pasta.
Okay.
We have chicken breast. We have tomato paste, garlic. We have white pepper.
Okay.
We have thyme. We have cayenne pepper there.
Okay.
We have tomato, onions, bell pepper, carrot. We have green pepper, and I use a lot of leaves.
Lots of leaves. What leaves is that? That's parsley. It looks
We
like
have parsley, yeah, and we have celery. We
Oh.
have spring onions.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, tell me. Of course, we have olive oil.
Olive
Let's not forget
oil,
that.
yeah.
Tell me, what exactly do we need to, like, what is the process for making la bella pasta?
Yeah, for making la bella pasta, like this chicken already marinated the chicken.
Oh, okay. What did you marinate with?
Yeah, just
I can see
salt
some
and
white pepper.
White pepper.
Just salt and mayo. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
just
okay.
salt and
Keeping
white
it
pepper.
light and simple.
Yeah.
Nice, nice,
I
nice.
have to
Okay.
be mad.
Okay.
So the process, we are going to stir fry our chicken,
Okay.
boil our pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, we boil our pasta, stir fry our chicken, cut our veggies, make the sauce. When the pasta gets ready, we sieve the pasta and we saute together with the leaf.
With the leaves. All right. Nice, nice, nice. So where do we start? We start by putting the
Yeah,
pasta.
the
Okay.
pasta.
Water is gonna get hot. Is it hot?
Yeah,
yet?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So now a bird tells me that you're literally in for a competition really soon. So tell me more about Battle of the Chefs, right?
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to the Battle of the Chef, and right now this is this process. There's the first stage, so it's through by votes.
Oh, by votes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We
Okay.
are going
Okay.
with votes. So more vote I'm going to have the chance
Yeah.
to be
Of
part
getting.
of the 40.
Oh, okay. Okay.
last
So
40.
tell me. So you guys started at 70.
Yeah.
Now you're down to 50.
50, yeah.
Right? And they're going to be selecting 40 people
40
to
people.
actually go. So what is the main competition about? So when you get selected, what is it like? What's it going to be like?
So yeah, it's going to be an online competition from your
Okay.
kitchen.
Oh,
So
from
they
your
want-
kitchen.
Yeah,
Okay.
they want to make it kind of innovative right now.
All right.
They don't want us to be going again. And
So
get
if it's
to-
from your kitchen, how are you going to be judged? I don't meant to taste the food.
we have to trust them. So
You have to trust them to actually.
they are professional enough. They know
Oh,
what
okay.
they want
They know what they want to do.
Yeah.
All right. Amazing. Okay. So now let's get into cooking. Tell me, where are we starting?
We start with our prepping.
Okay. So we're
Yeah.
slicing our onions. Is there a particular cut we want for the onion, or is it just regular cut?
It's just a regular cut we are,
Okay.
we are having for our onions.
Okay. So now, would you say, are you one of those chefs that would say, okay, fine, the way you cut your, no, you keep on going.
Okay.
The way you cut your vegetables affects the cooking? Because sometimes I literally have been with several chefs, right? And I noticed a lot of international chefs, they don't slice. Especially onions and your pepper. Sometimes they even put the whole pepper inside the pot like that.
Yeah.
But here we slice and slice and slice and slice. So which would you say it affects?
It depends on where you are going, what you want. Exactly.
Okay.
On the form, you know, ice 75% before your mouth.
Before your mouth.
So, depend on the form or what you
want.
Oh,
okay. And how you want it to come out. Okay, great. Amazing. Because some people literally just cut that onion bulb into like 4 and just throw it into the pot. And I'm like,
on the dish too.
Okay.
And now, you know, we have a lot of people that do, I don't like to see
onion. True. So finer chops for them. All right, amazing. Okay.
Thank you.
So our water is getting hot. We're literally waiting for that. Oh, I like that pan. Pan looks really, so that's a normal work pan, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I like the pattern it has on the inside. All right.
Thank you.
So what else are we going with now?
So, okay, I'm going to get my veggies ready.
The tomatoes and peppers ready. In case you're just joining us, I'm still here with Chef Honeymouth, and we're making la bella pasta, right? And going through the ingredients again, we have our olive oil, we have our carrots, our tomato, bell peppers, onions, which are chopped. We have our white pepper, we have our ginger. That's ginger. Is that only ginger?
Garlic.
Is that garlic there?
It's a mixed garlic.
Mix of ginger and garlic. Okay, we have the thyme, we have our pepper, we have our chicken breast, we have parsley, we have celery, we have spring onions, we have green peppers, and of course we have our pasta. Right now we have water on the fire, and we'll be putting the pasta in there soon as we fry our vegetables and mix it all up together. Definitely this is a dish that's not going to take time, so let's allow our chef get into it. Okay, I'm still here in the kitchen with Chef Honeymouth, who right now is stir frying our chickens. Chef, tell me, what's up? What are we doing?
Stir fry your chicken. After stir frying your chicken, I have to saute my vegetables.
Okay, so what, I mean, it's smelling so good. What is in the pan with the chicken?
Yeah, we have a ginger and garlic paste.
Ginger, garlic paste.
Yes, oil, onions, and our pre-seasoned chicken breast.
Okay, amazing. So ginger, garlic paste, we have the onion, we have the pre-seasoned chicken breast, and some olive oil. Smells so good. This is definitely going to be a really yummy and flavorful meal. So now our water seems to be hot. Is it time for the pasta to go in?
Pasta to go in.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. In case you're just joining us, we're making la bella pasta. And it's a signature pasta. I literally cannot wait to see what the signature taste is going to be like. Amazing. So we have our already cut vegetables. We have onion, carrots, tomatoes, and yeah, a lot. So what else is going into the pan? That pan.
I'm waiting for the chicken to get dry.
To get cooked, okay.
Yeah. After getting cooked, I have to
serve it out and
so
then
I can
make the sauce.
make the sauce.
All right, amazing. So now let's talk a little bit more about the competition, Battle of the Chefs we're going for. So you talk about how there is a voting process ongoing right now. So tell us, how can we help support you and be a part of this voting process?
Yeah, be part of the voting. You follow the step on the banner.
Oh, okay.
Or you follow me on Instagram.
Okay.
That is Honeymouth_91.
All right. So to support our chef here, who's actually making us amazing breakfast and teaching you this technique and this skill, culinary skill, make sure you follow him on social media at honey_mouth91 to see all the details of how you can support him and vote for him for this particular competition. Definitely, if he wins, we win as well. So yeah, so let's put our resources together and support him. Amazing. So how's it going?
Yeah.
Going good? Okay, so how many minutes do we normally allow the chicken to cook for?
Yeah, the chicken should cook like 7 to 8 minutes.
7 to 8 minutes. Okay, because chicken breast is lean cut, it doesn't take so much time. Yeah, and that's why I actually enjoy making pasta. It doesn't take any time at all.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're actually done cooking. The main thing, the main work is the preparation of the vegetables. All right, amazing. Smelling good, smelling nice. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it right about here for now. we actually have to go on a break because it is the top of the hour. So do stay with us so you actually know what our meal tastes like once we're done. We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, still so much more happening right here.
Welcome to the second lap of the show. Good morning.
Yeah.
Well, you can choose the kind of life you want by drawing the lines you want, or you can choose to cross over them,
Yeah.
the ones that are set for you to find new beginnings.
Everyone has an opportunity to change the narrative, become the author of their lives, write a new story about yourself, and hopefully it'll be a story of success.
Talking about an author, I watched quite an interesting short film yesterday. Was The Wonderful Life of Henry Sugar.
Oh, that's a good one.
So yeah, you can go check it out and see how you can, write your own life and be the author of yourself. My name is Mike Mesekeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. It is the second hour of the #1 family breakfast show on Nigerian TV. Speaking of breakfast, is your stomach rumbling yet?
It was the aroma. I don't know if we say the smell.
Yeah, the aroma.
I don't like using that word when it comes to food culinary expertise.
Oh, not just food.
But the aroma from the kitchen was giving me prawns vibe, incidentally. But then Danny told me that it is the breast of a chicken, and so I was more enthused about that. Danny, can you tell us a bit more about the major ingredient of what we're doing for
First
breakfast?
off, before I tell you anything, Mike, I have one question for you.
Okay.
Is it sense of aroma?
What?
Is it sense of aroma
No.
or is sense of smell?
No, sense of smell, yes, but you cannot say the food is smelly or the smell of the food is nice. No,
The smell of
say
the food.
the
you can smell it.
aroma.
You can aroma it.
Yeah, the aroma.
The ambiance.
All right. Okay, so I'm still here with Chef Honey Mouth, and we're literally making our sauce already. So we stir-fried our chicken breasts.
Yeah.
With some garlic, some ginger, some onion, and some white pepper, and all of that. So our pasta is already in the pot. It's getting nice and hot. And our sauce is on the way. Chef, tell me, what do we have in this saucepan?
The saucepan, now we have just the tomato and the onion and the oil.
Okay, just
And
tomato,
butter.
onion. You added a little bit of butter
A little bit of butter
Okay.
to change the taste. and
to
flavor.
give it some more flavor. So yeah, everything is coming together nicely. Very flavorful. You can smell it already.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
Amazing. Yeah. Woo. Okay. So that is the signature La Bella pasta from La Bella. And he is head chef at La Bella. Is where I know this food is going to taste good. I know. I already know. I can feel it. But remember, you can connect with us. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria_on_TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian TV.
Our app is available for you to watch us live, Apple iOS store, and of course the Google Play Store. That's where you can download it.
Yeah. Hopefully you're following us by now, but if you're not, just look for us on Facebook, X, TikTok, Instagram. All the platforms have us at TVC Entertainment _.
All right, Ace Bonds will be here for us. He recently dropped a full-length album, and he'll be performing for us, and we'll be talking to him on the show this morning.
On Motivation this morning, we'll be joined by Fola Daniels Adelesi, CEO, Edible Pen Training and Development Limited. He's also an international keynote speaker, training facilitator, and communications professional. Today, it's all about consistency as it beats size and fanfare.
Abiola Jerry Ishola of Biotrix Visuals will be here with us for SMA this morning. He's a photography expert. I'll be talking to him about his craft. Well, Ace Bonds is here, and he has quite an intriguing name for his album, Rain the Master's Tomb. I thought there was an issue with the spelling somewhere, but no, there is not. Well, we're also here with Willow, and Willow, how are you doing?
I think Willow says she's fantastic.
Oh, Willow's a she. Definitely has to be a she. You can't
Yes,
say
so-
anything. It's great to have you, Ace Bonds. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Nigeria. Wake up.
Yep, that's what's up.
Drop
you
your
know,
money.
let's start with the title for your album, Rain the
Sure,
Master's
sure.
Tomb. What inspired such a title?
So this is a compilation of music from me, a full-length album, 23 songs, but it also is sort of my tomb to the world, right? And so I've been training speculative masonry, right? And so this album is what I consider a Freemason album.
The Freemason
A Masonic
Okay.
album, yes. And it's really designed to shed light on the deeper parts of life and the
Okay.
deeper parts of me.
So when you're talking about tomb, are you thinking of legacy here?
That's exactly right. So you know, my album is designed, you know, there's hip hop, there's Afro, there's nuanced pop, but it's really designed to give people an insight into who I am. Because I'm half caste, you know, my mother is American, my father's Nigerian from Calabar. Shout to Esukatu. I'll be at Calabar Carnival hopefully with you people.
What part of Calabar?
From Calabar, exactly, south.
South, all right.
By
Wonderful.
Unica.
And how's the journey been for you so far? I mean, into music and all of that. How did it start for you, and how is it going at the moment?
So it started off on the business side, which I'm very grateful for. You know, I started off as an entertainment lawyer, practicing in New York. I volunteered for Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. I was able to help different artists get their visas to travel. But I think slowly, I just felt more and more immersed into it over the years. 2012, 2013, I opened a management consulting firm representing artists like World's Famous Supreme Team. They had that hit, About Damn Time, by Lizzo. And I think after that, I opened an imprint label just to help artists get their stuff out. And then in 2019, I started water fasting. I started doing more spiritual awakenings.
Okay.
And I came to realize that my purpose was to make music.
What would your fellow your fellow lawyers,
My colleagues.
What would your colleagues? What would they say now?
They ignore me. They properly ignore me at every opportunity.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you know, it's like everything else. People want to see you win, but you have to win first. You know, I think at this point it's a gamble for most people. They say, you know, you had a great career, budding career.
Exactly, because
Right.
that's, you know, so I know a number of people who started with music and then they hustled, it didn't happen, and then they got into other things.
Right.
Well, you have done other stuff successfully, and then you decide to go into music.
It's a gamble, but I think also the practice of law or consulting, everything is a gamble. You have to invest in yourself. But the difference here is that even though I'm gambling with my life, I'm also leaving a legacy of greatness for my children.
Okay.
You know, and I think you have to gamble on yourself. If you're going to take a risk on yourself.
And you know, talking about this gives me the vibes of being true to yourself. If you didn't do this, what would you be doing? Because it seems like this is something that you just have to do.
Right. So, and you know, going into music, you also have to keep yourself grounded about what's going on in the world.
Okay.
For me, there is nothing more purposeful than for me to release a song like Landlord. You know, when I'm going into the ghetto, I'm exposing what's happening, right? If I was a lawyer, yeah, I'd be making money and I would help one or two clients. But I have the opportunity here with my music to actually influence the world.
Impact, lasting,
Right.
something that can, you know, I do really understand and all of that. And so, well, it's a mix of everything. There's hip hop there, there's Afro, and all of that, putting it into, giving it that kind of eclectic mix.
Yeah.
You're trying to reach out to everybody to ensure that everybody, you know, has a feel.
Absolutely. I even
are
have
they?
some folk music I'll be playing.
And then instrumentals, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
have you always been an instrumentalist, as it were?
When I had my spiritual awakening, I did. I started immediately playing the guitar when I realized I was going to become an artist. Even though I've been rapping since I was about 13, playing an instrument to me seemed to be like the real test of faith.
So I just wonder, at what age did you start playing the guitar?
It was like 5 years ago, just when I started becoming an artist.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. You know, I'm saying this because
And I'm
some people
self-taught,
have-
by the way.
Yeah, I've spoken about how you need to have musical background and all of that, and early and
At
all of
all.
that. You can start at any age you
At
want.
all.
Start playing whatever you want to do.
We don't know the complaint for you now at all. She wants you to be played.
Exactly.
She wants you to be played. Yourself is teaching you. You know, when you write music and you're really understanding yourself, you're becoming aware of the world. You don't just, it doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from the ethers, the realms, the spirits. They come into you and then you give it out.
Wonderful.
You're translating something deeper than we can
This seems
understand right
more
now.
than just somebody who just wants to have fun. This seems like a divine assignment, as it were, because you've mentioned the spirit quite a
Yes,
number of
and
times.
I won't lie to you, I'm so tired. It is so early. My team is also so tired, but there's nothing more purposeful.
Yeah.
Last night I almost broke down crying because I am exhausted. I've been
Wow.
moving about promoting
Promoting and all of that.
But then I watched the video, the uncolored version of my video, and I saw the people who are looking through that lens, supporting me, and I have no right to stop. I have to go. I have to continue.
Wonderful. I like that. Everyone is a criminal is what you're performing this
Yes,
morning,
sir.
right? What, I mean, what is that? What do you mean by everyone's a criminal?
So everybody gets scared. Even one of the producers is like, keep it clean, keep it clean. The idea behind everyone is a criminal world from the perspective of a police officer, and understand that the majority of them have to see you as a criminal.
Okay.
And they treat you that way. And I'm trying to change the ideology behind how we are treating ourselves. Really, it's ourselves, since they're our public servants.
Exactly.
But if you're driving down the road at night and they want to collect something, oh God, they go collect.
Okay, so this is more than just the melody. I will be listening to the lyrics while
Please.
you're giving us this performance, because
Please.
I think there's something there. There's a message there.
Absolutely.
All right, here is us, all of us here at Wake Up Nigeria, wishing you the best. See you at the top, man.
Cheers.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll just take a short time out now. When we get back, of course, Ace Bonds will be performing. Everyone is a criminal.
Morning, and of course for Mondays, you know, we have Monday Motivation, and joining us again we have Mr. Fola Daniels Adelesi. Now, he is the CEO at Edible Pen Training and Development Limited. He is an international keynote speaker, training facilitator, and communications professional. And he'll be speaking to us today about consistency and how consistency beats size and fanfare. Very interesting pick, sir. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
It's good to be back here.
All right. It's good to have you back here. So now we're talking about consistency.
Yeah.
I know, I mean, even in the content creation space, right, which I'm very familiar with, they talk a lot about consistency. Start small, just keep on going, right? So now, what angle are we coming to it with today? Consistency beats size and fanfare. Yeah.
You know, there's something they call initial gra-gra in Nigeria. So when you hear the term initial gra-gra, you see people start something and they have all the buzz, all the energy, all the fanfare around it. They want to do it big. And at the end of the day, give it just 2 months for some people, you're not seeing anything again. Give it 3 months. For some people, they even try 6 months and you're not seeing anything again. So the point is, consistency will always beat size and fanfare anytime, any day. It's not about how big you started. It's not about the fanfare around what you're doing. It's about the consistency. And there are quite a number of things that come to my mind. First of all, there's this proverb in Yoruba. I'll say it and I'll interpret it. You know, the Yorubas consistently say, Ogbara ojo lohun onilewo, onile ni onigba fun. What that simply means is that the flood will try as much as possible to pull down your house.
Okay.
But you are the one who will put in the measures to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, why is that a thing with consistency? Anywhere water approaches, that thing will give way. So there are 3 things that teach us consistency in nature. First is water, the other is light, and then the third one is air. Wherever you see water, if a drop of water consistently falls on a rock, it will make a hole in the rock. If just a drop of water. And if water keeps going through a particular place and there's no road, eventually the water will make its own way. But you see, it's not about the force of the water, it's the consistency of the water. Now, when it comes back to light, you realize that as far as light is concerned, no matter, you know, most times we take the sunlight, the natural light for granted, but that's all the grass needs to grow on a daily basis. You put the plant out there, so long as it sees light, it will keep growing slowly, surely, steadily. And after a few months, you say, oh, wow, I didn't even notice this thing was there. But what exactly gave it the growth is the consistency of light that gave it the growth. Then the third one is air. You drove down here today, most likely. And if you did, do you know that it was air that brought you air?
Okay.
Now, what has that got to do with anything? What do you have in your tires?
Air.
So the consistency of the air staying there is what moves you around. In this place now, if there was no air, in just a few minutes, all of us would notice it. So you realize that the consistency of the availability of air keeps us living, keeps us alive. The consistency of light keeps the plants growing, keeps a lot of things moving. And the consistency of water shows that even if there was no way, there would eventually be a way. So those 3 things in nature teach us consistency. Then, as far as animals are concerned, there are 3 things, or 3 animals that also teach us consistency.
So, the ants.
The first is the ant.
I got it.
In fact, even the Bible tells us, consider the ant, thou sluggard. You see, an ant can carry something that is like 3 times its own weight. But it's because of the consistency. They do it over and over again. Then the next one, it's called the salmon, the Atlantic salmon. It's a type of fish. It travels from the ocean several kilometers, several miles to go and look for fresh water, just to, keep itself fresh, keep itself awake. And the third one is the bees. If you study the bees, they are so meticulous. Guess what? They have what you call division of labor. Somebody's duty is to protect the queen. Another person's duty is to bring in the food, produce nectar and everything. So you realize that animals teach us consistency. Plants teach us consistency.
Yeah,
nature teaches us consistency. So it's not always about the size, but human beings want it overnight. We want something now, and we think we must do everything to get. So it's not about the size. Do it consistently, because eventually you get your results.
Yes, of course. That makes a whole lot of sense. I think a lot of people have actually come to realize that, right? But then again, I think the struggle most times is how to stay consistent. So do you have any tips and tricks?
So what I do, because I do a lot of content as well. One of the things that I realize is that there are things you have to do ahead before you need them. For example, with my writing, with my videos, one of the things I do is when I'm on fire like that, I can do like 30, 40, 50 videos. I'm talking about in a single day. Then I plan ahead. I create my calendar for the next 6-7 months, and then I schedule them. So every Monday, without fail, at 6 a.m., a new YouTube video drops on my channel.
All right.
Every Monday, without fail, at 10 a.m., a new article drops for my LinkedIn newsletter and my blog on those platforms. So it's about planning. And when you plan, you envisage your results. I think I suggest you also use what I call a vision board.
Okay.
Well, most people are familiar with the word notice board. Just think like a notice board where you stick so many things.
Yes.
But what you're telling yourself is, this is where I'm going to be in the next 5 months, in the next 6 months. If I do this on a daily basis, this is where I'm going to be. You realize that even with your health goals, consistency is what gets you the results.
What gets you there.
So you need to have a clear, visible plan. Without a plan, you can't talk about consistency. You're just doing something to while away time. But when you have a plan, with the anticipation of where you're going to arrive. For example, if you keep driving for several kilometers, you definitely have a destination in mind. So you don't hit something, you don't start doing it without a plan in mind. So you must have a plan, wake up, work at it on a daily basis. It's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy.
So I won't pretend that it comes easy. Sometimes I don't feel like writing, but I know I have to.
And and especially now in life, I mean, there are so many distractions. And
the bills, the businesses you want to run.
And even ideas, right? Okay, so you might start and have a goal in mind, and then eventually you're like, oh, okay, I think this idea seems attractive, but you want to actually deviate. So in that case, do you have situations like that?
There are 2 ways around it. Number one, if you know that you have the chance, there are some people who are starters and they are not finishers. If you have identified yourself as a starter, what you can do is to start something, create a system around it, hand it over to somebody else who can finish it. And I know quite a number of popular starters in Nigeria. They start a business and move on to something else, allow somebody else run it. But if you're also not a starter, but you are a manager, then let somebody else start and then you manage it.
Okay.
So just identify, first of all, who are you? Are you a starter? Are you a finisher? Are you a manager? So whichever one you are will then determine your role. So we need to identify which role we're supposed to be playing. And there are some people who can start, manage, and finish.
All by themselves.
There are people who can do all 3 of them. So it's important to identify that. And
because when I was speaking about distractions now and multiple ideas, because now once upon a time they literally say, okay, fine, jack of all trades, myself none. But now people are literally even coming into that whole space of, see, I can be this, and this all at the same time.
So that proverb is, most times we don't finish it. Jack of all trade, master of none, but it's better to be good at almost everything. So you realize that when you check the complete proverb, it says, master something in every sphere of life. So however, it can be a distraction. So what you do is stay with people who have the same zeal, the same fire, the same consistency, maybe the similar goals. So they can keep you in check. They can help you and tell you, no. This thing you're about to do is a distraction for you. This is where you're going. So you don't look at something new. You don't look at a trend and start following the trend. Today it's content creation. Maybe tomorrow you hear it's maybe crypto, and then you go into crypto. Then the next day you hear it's Forex, and then you want to do whatever it is that is trending. Some people, find something. It doesn't mean you can't do other things, but find something and say, this is who I want to be identified as. And that's what I'm going to be doing all the time. Then surround yourself with people who can help you stay consistent. You know, there are people who can spank you and say, come, is a boat falling off in your head?
Yeah, true.
And when they talk to you like that, you know you have to adjust.
You know that you have to.
So you need to, let's say, find accountability partners.
Yes, I was going to say
so that they can keep you in check, they can keep you on track.
Okay.
And sometimes most of us need someone like that in our lives.
Very, very true. I'll say all the time, actually, because I mean, it's one thing to have an idea.
Yep.
The other thing to start the idea is a totally different ballgame to follow it through. And as you have said, it will be difficult, but then again, we definitely just have to find a way to manage it and make sure that everything works well. Well done. Thank you so much, Mr. Fola. I mean, it's always an amazing time having conversations with you.
Thank you.
And guys, you heard Mr. Fola, right? Stay consistent at whatever you start. And on that note, we'll be going on a quick break. And when we come back, we still have so much more right here for you on Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay with us.
Welcome back. And as is our tradition, every Monday, we have an SME owner in the building here to tell their story. On SME today, we're joined by Abiola Ishola. He is the CEO of Biotrix Visuals. Now, that's a photography expert right here with us who's gained a lot of experience being really creative with his work. And when it comes to the business side of photography, he knows all about it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, so honestly, we see people like you behind the camera mostly,
Yes.
you know, but today you're in front of the camera is an opportunity to pick your brain and find out how it all began.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
I started photography in 2018.
Okay.
You know, I graduated from the University of Badon.
All right.
So, you know, it was a tough journey for me because I told my mom I want to do photography. This is what I love doing.
Okay.
This is my passion. And she was like, are you sure you really want to do this?
Okay.
Are you sure you can feed your family? You can, you know, feed your family with this? I said, yes, this is what I love doing. This is my passion. Is what I really enjoy doing. So I started photography in the church. You know, I was a media department in church.
Nice.
So I took passion into it and I love it. And I did it professionally.
So you know when you start working in a place like church where you know your mom and your friends are going to be there, so that means you had a lot of pressure making sure that those pictures were almost perfect,
Exactly,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Because I have to take good pictures. You have to take that memory pictures. Maybe probably when they're praying, that memory picture when they're crying to God and everything. So
Yeah.
we take good pictures.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to, you know, be behind the camera and take the pictures, but it's another thing to start a business behind it.
Yeah.
And photography, many might realize by now that it's very expensive.
Really?
The equipment is expensive. So how are you able to start gathering your equipment?
At first, my first camera, I think I had to get a loan to get my first camera because it wasn't easy for me. I don't have that money.
Wow.
So with time, I tend to pay up. The first job I did, the first gig I had was 2018, and I was paid 8,000 naira. I was like, wow. It was a whole lot for me. I was very, very happy. I was very, very excited, like, you know, being paid for what I like doing, what I love doing. It was a good thing for me. So that was it.
So now you've started a business with this. On an average in a week, how many gigs are we talking now? How many projects are you able to cover within a week and deliver?
Within a week?
Yeah.
Over 10.
10 projects.
Gigs, yes.
Okay.
10 projects.
Fantastic. Now, is it easier for you now because you have a team supporting you?
Yeah,
Let's
it's
talk
more,
about
it's
your
more
team.
easier now because, you know, I have teams, post-production,
Okay.
editing, social media management,
Okay.
customer service and everything. So it's more easier for me now because I don't do everything myself now.
So I want to touch on that customer area because customers can be very funny, and they have high expectations. Sometimes they actually think they look a certain way, and by the time you take the picture, they see the reality of it.
It's always something like that. Yeah, because me personally, I tend to give them. I don't tend to over edit pictures.
Okay.
I keep its originality. Like I maintain the face, I maintain the skin tone and everything.
Okay.
So I think everybody knows how my image is. So I don't think I have any complaint or any problem.
You've never had any challenges like that where your customer will come and meet you and say, couldn't you just do some Photoshop and make me look finer?
Yeah, I have challenges like that, but I tend to ask them, what do you want?
Okay.
Do you want us to put more photos? You want us to put more edits into it, or you just want to keep it cool? So it depends on what the customer wants.
So I've always loved photography, you know, but setting up a studio and maintaining it in today's day and age it's obviously a big task.
Yeah.
So, and of course, your business essentially runs on electricity. Cost of fuel, diesel, everything now has gone up. How have you been able to balance that?
I must confess, it's not really easy at all. It's not easy because we have to maintain staffs, welfare, pay salaries, gadgets, because innovation, you have to keep improving yourself.
Yeah.
You know, recently, one of my staffs broke one of our lighting,
Wow.
which cost like over 500,000 naira.
Wow.
So it was a whole lot. So, you know, those are things that we face as a business owner. And we thank God.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So, what is your specialty now? So, some photographers have a focus. Some like doing huge landscape, environmental pictures, you know, pictures of buildings and the like. We could see some pictures of people on the screen here. But what is your specialty? What are the things you like to take pictures of the most?
Portraits.
Portraits?
Yes, I love
Personal
portraits.
Okay.
Well,
Why?
I do weddings, events, commercial, and any other things. But I think I love portrait more.
Okay. Why? What is it about portraits that makes you love it?
Because you spend that quality time with your clients.
Okay.
You know, private time with your clients, one-on-one. So you tend to, you know, give them that expression, give them that good vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I like.
I'm loving your use of color. I'm loving the backgrounds and the lighting here.
Yeah.
But lighting is not an easy skill to harness. It's one thing to be in front of the camera, but it's another thing to get the lighting right. Did you have to go to a training school or learn under somebody to get that skill done?
It's self-development.
Really?
Yeah, self-development, yes. I check on YouTube, and I have some mentors.
Okay.
Like
who?
Kalichi Amadi.
Oh, wow.
He's my
Okay.
mentor. So I know, I like the way he uses his camera, his lighting.
Okay.
You know, he keep it more natural, not too much of lighting. So that's what I like.
All right. Now, if once you mention Kelechi Amadi, you're mentioning a very big boy.
Yes.
You know, but you know, it's one thing to have a mentor like that, but it's another thing to follow and be exactly like them. What are the differences you've put into your work compared to his?
I think more of relationship.
Okay.
More of relationship because I have clients that I've worked with for over 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
And they keep calling me back and they keep giving me the same job.
Okay.
I think more of relationship and quality image.
So now my next question is on the industry itself, you know, because when you go for the average wedding now, you're seeing hundreds of photographers.
Yeah.
You're seeing so many, and it feels like the industry is getting bigger, but is it getting better in your opinion?
It's getting better, of course.
Okay.
It's getting better. Like, you know, there's nothing you want to do right now without photography. You want to have a wedding, a naming ceremony, you want to sell your product online, you have to take pictures with your phone or camera. So it's getting better and getting wider.
All right then. Now I can't wait to see a lot more of your work in future, and we'll definitely be looking out for you and your projects. Biotrix Studios.
Yeah.
That's Bio B-I-O.
Yeah.
Right.
CRIX.
CRIX Studios. We'll be checking you out online. Okay. And our chef in the kitchen, Chef Honeymouth, has plated some food. I think that food is good enough for food photography.
Yeah.
All right, do you do food photography?
Yeah. Yes.
Once in a while?
Yeah, once in a while. Not every time, but once in a while.
All right, so I'm going to link both of you up because that food looks like it's already a picture. Maybe you should take some pictures of that food.
Okay.
And we'll post it online.
Sure, why not?
All right, fantastic. Okay, then now, Chef Honeymouth, my mouth is watering. How far? Are we good to go? Can we come to the kitchen now? All right, let's take a trip.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a marvelous Monday so far.
Yeah, of course. And welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I've had Chef Honeymouth here at work putting together this signature pasta.
Yeah.
Right? And I would like for you to try it out and tell us what you think about
Look
it.
how that looks. Looks
Right?
so good.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right.
So it's La Bella signature pasta.
This looks good.
Wow, this looks good.
You know, I told you should take a picture of this. He does
Yeah,
food
I'm
photography
definitely.
too.
Can I take a picture now?
No. Hold on. You don't have your phone now.
I don't
Don't worry.
have my
After
phone
the
here,
show.
Okay, great.
Please have a taste. Have a taste.
Okay.
Let us know. Ooh.
Very nice.
All right, that's what we want to hear. Thank you so much for that.
Well done.
Yes, yes, indeed. Now, you were talking about a competition earlier on.
Battle of the Chefs.
Battle of the Chefs.
Yes.
Yeah, so you should go on to Chef Honeymouth's page.
Yes.
So you find out how to vote for him.
Oh, we can vote for him, yeah?
Yes, we can vote for him.
Vote for. What's your number or something?
It's
They'll follow us on social media.
Okay,
Yeah.
on his
Him
page.
On social media.
On his page.
So
Please follow him, and we have to vote for him. He has to win.
He
Yes.
has to definitely win.
All right.
So check for as Honeymouth. That's honey_mouth 91
Yes.
on
Nice one.
Instagram.
Nice one.
Yes.
All right.
So, thank you guys.
All
for
right,
joining us this
guys.
Beautiful Monday morning.
I-
To all our guests and
Yeah.
viewers,
They want
we
to
love
see me.
you.